What's going on, guys? This is Alex here from 814EDC coming at you with another knife review today. Now, the knife that I'm reviewing today is the Monterey Bay Knives Fieldtrekker. Comes in this really nice leather sheath, and this is what the knife looks like. So this is a loaner. This is being loaned out by the Black Widow Pass-Around group. So shout out to the guys over there. You know, I've talked about them before in videos. Just a really good group of guys that are, you know, all reviewers and just, you know, love knives. So I know I didn't link, but in my unboxing of the Artisan and CGRB knives, I made a whole list of everyone who is in that group. So if you're interested, go back and watch that video and check out everybody. I know Knife Dude, Justin, I think runs the Black Widow Pass-Around group, or he's like the admin of it. So thank you, Justin, for, you know, always getting knives in for us to review and for passing around. So yeah, this is my turn with the Monterey Bay Knives Fieldtrekker. I've had it for about 2 weeks, and I just, you know, I felt like I had enough experience with it to do my full review. I did get out in the woods one time. I just went on like a walk around my property, and I did have it on my belt then, but I didn't really do much cutting with it. I think the only thing that I did cut with it is paper and maybe a little bit of cardboard, but again, this is a loaner, and I didn't want to do too much with it. So, but I did want to get it on my belt and see how it carried out in the woods, in an actual application of being, you know, active and hiking and walking and stuff like that. So like I said, it does come, jumping in the materials, it does come in this really nice leather sheath. I think it's like double stitched. It seems, you know, it's very soft to the touch, and it just seems like a very quality piece of leather. I'm not really too, you know, educated in the leather world, in the sheath world and stuff like that, so take that with a grain of salt, but in my mind, this is a very nice sheath. And it does come with a belt loop here. One thing I would like to say is maybe in the future, maybe make like a horizontal carry that you can carry on your belt or behind you, or scout carry, because I prefer to carry fixed knives that way, or fixed blades that way, just because they're more convenient, and I just like, that's my preferred way of carrying them. So maybe in the future, MBK will come out with that in either a Kydex sheath with like belt loops, or a leather sheath with a belt loop or belt loops. So just my 2 cents, but as a leather sheath, horizontal or vertical, excuse me, this is a very good sheath. So jumping into the knife, as you can see right away, it has this really, really nice hand ground satin, almost, it's like full mirror polished or half mirror polished. I don't know what you would consider that, but this is the first knife that I've really experienced that has a mirror polish finish like that, and I think it's beautiful. I've really enjoyed just kind of sitting here and like kind of just looking at it, because I think it's really pretty. Now the blade itself is 3V, but it's very sterile. The only thing on the blade here is the MBK logo right there. There's nothing on the other side, so very sterile blade. It does say Ray Laconico up here, who is the designer and one of the creators of Monterey Bay Knives. I do have the Mini Old Guard from MBK. I love that knife. And a lot of other knives that Laconico has designed and come out with. I haven't experienced them, but just from looking at them, I really like his design language, and I do think this knife it's very simple, but it's very utilitarian, very usable. Now the blade is this hand ground, like I said, satin, but it's a convex grind. It's decently thick, you know, stock, but at the edge it's very thin, and this thing slices very, very well. The edge on here is very, very good. It is in 3V. I don't know if I already said that yet, but it's a 3V blade, which I think is my first experience in 3V, but from what I've heard from other reviewers and users, 3V is a very good steel for outdoor use and for kind of beating up things and just hard use. So I'm pretty glad that they went with this steel for this application. And yeah, I just love the mirror polish on this blade. It's just beautiful. As you can see my phone, I just think it's very pretty. I really have enjoyed having this for 2 weeks. Excuse me. Now for the handle scales, this is burlap micarta. This is done very, very nicely. It's very smooth. To me, it's like they put like, I think it's like resin, or like, it's like that clear material that you like liquefy on and it hardens. That's what it feels like to me. But you have these two screws here, and a lanyard hole back here that you could use to put a lanyard on, which on fixed blades I get it that they're more, I would rather put a lanyard on a fixed blade than a folder. But so yeah, you can do that if you want. Overall length is I think around like 8.5 inches, between 8.5 and 9 inches. I'm pretty sure. I'm not a huge specs guy, so don't quote me on that, but I think it's around there. And yeah, I think the knife looks very good, and it just, you know, blade stock goes the whole way through, and it seems like a very, very well made knife. And again, that blade is very good. The grind is very good. The polishing is very good. So all the materials, I think that they knocked it out of the park with this. So yeah. Next, we're going to jump over to action, which there is no action on a fixed blade. I'm just following my list that I usually go through for my folders. Yeah, there is no action, so we're just going to skip over that. But I guess I'll go over pulling it out of the sheath. I guess that could be considered an action. So it does ride pretty deep down in there, and as you can see, it doesn't, I mean, it's very snug in there. It's not going to come out. There's no rattling. There's no shaking or anything like that. So you want to use your 2 fingers, which I've been doing, is using my 2 fingers to get it out halfway, and then kind of get my thumb up here and kind of ramp off and then pull it right out. And then you have your knife. So again, 2 fingers till you get enough of the knife to, however much you want. And obviously this is, you're not going to be pulling it up straight instead of this way, and then you can just use your thumb and ramp it out, and then you have your blade. So yeah, not really much to talk about with action. So next we're going to jump into ergos, and ergos on this thing are really, really good. I can get all 4 fingers on here, kind of has this nice restriction point where the blade up here comes together by the sharpening choil, and you just, my hand gets locked in there, and I still have a little bit of room back here to work with. So guys with even bigger hands than me, looking at you, Kyle, this would probably still fit their hands pretty well. It's just, the micarta is done very, very well. It's all contoured and rounded off. There's no hot spots. There's no edges. It's just a very, very well made knife. And ergos, there's no jimping. There's nothing sharp. My thumb lands naturally up here, and I feel very good. I feel locked in. I feel like I can do some work with this thing. It's just very good. It's kind of in that sweet spot of not being super thin but not being super thick. It's just very, very comfortable. And obviously, I didn't use and put this through a whole lot of applications like out in the wild, but I do think that, just feeling it, I think this thing would be very good for, batoning and whittling and different things like that bushcrafters and different outdoorsmen use or do. So I think ergos are very, very good. I like it a lot. Really, in saber grip, hammer grip, reverse hammer or reverse draw cut, reverse grip, very, very good. No complaints at all with the ergo department. Just very, very good handle scales, very, very good geometry. So ergos are very good. Next we're going to go over carry, which the day I did carry this, it carried pretty well. Like I said, it does just have this belt loop here on the sheath, and I have no complaints about the carry. I don't have a whole lot of experience with carrying fixed blades that way, or really carrying fixed blades at all. So again, take this with a grain of salt. But I threw it on my belt and I went on my walk, and it carried well. It's a drop style, I think, sheath. So it just kind of hangs there alongside of your body. and I I had no complaints with it. I had nothing bad to say about it. So I probably maybe should have done a quick little video of that, but I didn't. I guess I didn't think about it. I just was trying to focus on seeing how it did carry, and yeah, there was nothing really to write home about it besides it carried fine. It's not too heavy. It's not it's not like you're carrying a brick on your side. So yeah, carry was good. Now we're gonna go over price point and would I recommend this knife. Right off the bat, I would recommend this knife. I think it's really, really nicely done. If you're in the market for a fixed blade, price point I think is $190. I will leave a link to MBK's website and their Instagram down below. The Fieldtrekker is the first knife you get to when you come onto their website, so it's really easy to find, which is nice. And I believe last time I looked, they're still in stock. So if you do see this video and you happen to want to buy this knife, get over there and check it out and see if you can still snag one. But yeah, 190 bucks for burlap micarta. It's done very, very nicely. A full tang blade, or a full tang steel throughout the whole knife. Contoured very nicely. 3V. Really nice hand ground convex grind that is mirror polished or semi mirror polished. Ergonomics are fantastic. A really, really nice leather sheath that's done very nicely. You can tell it's handmade, or it's a quality piece of leather. All that for 190 bucks. I would lean towards saying that this knife is worth that. Again, this is really my true, my first true fixed blade that I've experienced. Besides having like I think I talked about on my unboxing video, I had a cheap $20 SEMA that's like a SE3 I think clone back in like 4 years ago, and I have some Corey Stafford's EDC actually. I think over last summer he had like a cheap, I don't think there's a name for it. There's like a little fixed blade you carry like horizontal. It was like 25 bucks and I bought that, and I do carry that once in a while, but I have not really experienced like a true like name brand quality built fixed blade before this, and I think that this one was a great sort of venture into that, because now I am kind of looking at getting into maybe not as big as this, but something more EDC style and more smaller that you can carry horizontal on your belt somewhere. So I am very glad that I did get to check this out, and yeah, I think 190 bucks is worth it. I think you're getting a good design from Ray Laconico, who is very, very well known and very, very liked around the knife community for all the designs he's done and for putting out just really quality pieces. And I can attest, I have the like I said, the mini old guard, which is made by Monterey Bay Knives. I need to do that review. I don't know if I'll get it done this week or maybe next week. I'm trying not to put out videos like every day so I don't run out of content to do. I'm trying to do 3 or 4 a week, so you will see that relatively soon. I don't know when, but more of the story of that is I can attest to how Monterey Bay Knives quality is for not just their fixed blades but their folders. It's just a really good company, really good materials, and at a pretty good price point. So yeah, all that rambling is to say that I do think the knife is worth 190 bucks, and I do recommend it to anybody who is in the market for a fixed blade that has 150 to $200 to spend. I do think that this is a very, very compelling option, and I really, really enjoy it, and I'm glad I had it for these 2 weeks. So yeah, guys, that's really all I have to say about this. Again, shout out to the Black Widow Pass Around group for allowing me to have this as a loaner for a couple weeks. I'm glad Justin was able to get it in to review, or for all of us to review and to pass around. I'm not sure who I'm sending it to next, but yeah. So thank you guys so much for stopping in and for checking out the channel and for watching this video. Again, this was the full review of the Monterey Bay Knives Fieldtrekker. An awesome fixed blade at the sub $200 mark, and I think it's a very, very good knife. So thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a really a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.